Back, TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, grace, mercy, and healing watch over us and lead us in the reign of God. Ashe. Okay. Some positive high vibe energy here, which is cool. But for some reason, and I saw some negativity here, there's some kind of transformer energy, like snake-like energy, and that's what I'm talking about. Transformer, like fake and phony energy. Someone who is Latino or Latina, and this person, the throat chakra is activated, but their third eye chakra, excuse me, there's so many messages here. They have chakras that are blocked. Their third eye chakra is blocked. Their solar plexus is blocked. Yet their throat chakra is activated. This Latino has hazel green eyes and believes they're rich, but it's more like a hood rich. Okay, and what I mean by like a hood rich, it's like, you can afford your daily functions, and the extra money that you have, you splurge on the good in life, opposed to using that extra money to invest and multiply. Okay, so then you have this red hair. Maybe they're green-eyed and have red hair, or have like a reddish hair tint to them, but they're hot-tempered. Okay, and they're either left-handed, they move in left, to the left, like that's what I'm getting. But then it's like pushing right, so they're moving left, but maybe it's the right thing to do because of some kind of narcissistic, grandiose energy. And I'm not necessarily sure, is this grandiose energy the Latinos or Latinas? Yes. Okay, so they're the narcissist here. All right, and it's because their south node is active. So it's not that it needs attention. They're aware that they're in their south node. Their south node is narcissism. And they're moving out of that light because they're seeing what that narcissism feels like, how that narcissism shows up. And at the end of the day, the delay of the gratification they're yearning for. That's what I'm getting here. Okay. So here we have some kind of anti-environmentalist vibe. Maybe they don't recycle, they're sexually inexperienced, but they have a warm aura. They may appear like they're Italian, they have super curly hair, and they're empathetic. That could be one of the reasons why their throat chakra is so active, is because they can kind of charm their way in and out of situations. And not to say that they say a lot, but it's that tongue ring, it's that kind of want to show off with the mouth energy, show off with their words energy. They're beginner or novice at something. They have full lips, or enjoy people with full luscious lips. That's a spiritual guru, a master. That may appear like a supernatural woman, chocolate African energy. Okay, so then, are we getting like a comparison between like black people and Spanish people here? Okay, so then on one end of the spectrum we have Spanish people, who may appear Italian, have curly hair and all this other stuff, may not really partake in the environmental enthusiasm the way that they should. But then you have this chocolate American that may be a naturalist, and they're a master at what they do. Spiritually, it's creditworthy. They have full luscious lips. They may seem like a beginner, a spiritual beginner, a novice. They are bald in some regards. Oh, okay, maybe they don't have a lot of like body hair and stuff like that. Okay, whereas Spanish people tend to have a little bit more body hair. So there's something about Japanese food, the crown chakra being activated, and muffin top. So if we're talking about Japanese food, chakra activation, muffin top, that means that someone had a Japanese experience and it kind of ignited maybe a cultural tie or upgrade in this Latina and chocolate American atmosphere, right? Because when you're offering tolerance and you're accepting of other cultures and you're thriving in those other cultures by supporting them and paying homage to the daily lifestyles that, you know, people have to experience, and that's your way of saying thank you for sharing your culture with me, you know what I mean? And so maybe this person or this experience has offered some kind of enlightenment, okay? And this enlightenment we can figure out right now. What does this enlightenment have to do? It's anti-environmentalist. Come on now. Why would you do that to the divine? Okay. So it says something about feel deeply. That is probably what's happening with this crown chakra activation. They're feeling deeply. That's where the upgrades are even coming from. The fact that they're transitioning their emotions. Sex worker keeps coming out. And each time it's not talking about an actual sex worker. It's talking about all the other symbolism behind it. And I guess that could be a testimony that even with people who are sex workers or strippers or anything like that, there's so much positivity and good in those same people. It's not just the label, you know. But some cards fell. I'm not being called to pick them up right now, but to look at them after the reading fully commences. We have that kitchen cooking room, that kitchen cooking. Okay. Oh, the Japanese. Okay, so someone was cooking in the kitchen Japanese food. That's cool. Now feel deeply about this, you know. Oh, okay. Sex, work, strip. Sex, work, strip. That kind of dynamic. So, like, oftentimes, what do people think about during the day? You think about pleasure, you think about going to work, and then you think about removing anything that, you know, doesn't serve your highest good, so you can go to sleep and then start over the next day. Now, by removing that, it could just mean detaching, disassociating, changing your clothes before bed. Like, that's what I'm getting here. Right? So feel deeply, go through the motions of the day-to-day and see if it's benefiting you. Right? Why? Because if it's not benefiting you, you can understand why this mental entrapment is here. Okay? There's a royal energy. We stay in this royal energy. Something about an early, late Tuesday. Something about an early, something cool is going to happen on an early, late Tuesday for a royal energy. A journey or excursion. And this is all because of this beneficial experience with accepting other cultures. And these two individuals accepting this third culture is what allows them to accept each other's culture even more vibrantly, so that we can let go of the racism and bigotry that happens between color folk. When I see Spanish people that look more chocolate than me, and it's amazing, and I walk up to them, I'm like, hi, how are you? And then with a full-on accent they speak to me, and I'm just like, okay, I see that we have a language barrier here, but you look like one of my uncles. That's so cool. Anyway, so there's this immature female that kind of needs to do this feel deeply thing, because they have to kind of maneuver in this pleasure, work, strip kind of mentality, and it's offering them a mental entrapment. It's an expensive mental entrapment too, not costly where, you know, it's expected to pay as much as it costs. No, it has interest. There's interest here. Okay, that interest is because they're being a bit creative and artistic with the level of commitment they're requiring. Okay, and that level of commitment is kind of keeping them chipper because of this high vibrational light that they have, this spiritual light that they have. They know that at the end of the day, they're required to cease and desist and to offer themselves and other people an opportunity for self-care. Now, after that self-care, then what is supposed to happen? Reform. Now that you have the ability to care for yourself, now it's time to dive back into the collective and reform. Okay? So then we have something about a basement or laundry room, something happening in that area, maybe, chiropractor spa, some kind of fornication. No, but someone doing back-breaking work, doing laundry. Okay, so someone having to do laundry, possibly having a garden in there, planting seeds, not really moving in like a motherly light, kind of moving in a creator light. Okay, so with a motherly light, you're creating, but it's from a nurture standpoint. Whereas when you're creating, you don't care kind of the intricacies. You want to see the life. And then after you see the life, you can kind of figure out what to do with that life to make it more ideal. That's that Gemini energy, and that's what we see in reverse here after Taurus season, which is bringing your thoughts from Aries into reality, cultivating them. That's Taurus season. Then you have Gemini season, where it's like, okay, well, let's see what's good and we'll see what's bad, and now let's balance it. Okay, now we have Cancer energy. Now that we see what's good and what's bad, let's move in a nurturing light and make sure that the good is seen on the forefront. Okay, now after that good is seen on the forefront, we did all the work. Now showcase it. That's where we get that Leo. Now after Leo, what's next? Virgo. We showcased it, but now we have to move in a perfectionist light. In the event other people's feedback or criticism is just to devalue or dismantle the creation, unless it's feedback that could assist you in what? Libra season. And Libra season is all about judgment, seeing if that feedback that you received when you were out there showcasing yourself, living in your perfectionist light of, okay, objectively, was this creation worth the effort? Now Libra season, you create that judgment, and then now Sagittarius is either right, excuse me, Scorpio, because I was about to say karmic stuff and I'm like, that's not attached to the Sagittarius. So then after Libra season, we have Scorpio season. Now that's all about karma. So if you created the judgment to see whether or not this was good and worth the value, now karma sets in. If it was worth the value, you get great stuff. If it wasn't worth the value, you're given a system of dynamics to offer you the feedback that would help you the next time around. Because the feedback that you got originally maybe helped you in a few other steps, and this additional feedback will help you in the remainder steps. So now you have the Sagittarius energy of put a flame to it. Put a flame on it. Kill whatever is not necessary for growth. Kill whatever is not beneficial for the overall collective. And that means for the manifestation, for the creation. And then move into Capricorn season of, okay, the bigger picture is this. We remove this. This is where we want to go. How far are we there? Or how far are we from it? It's like really putting things in perspective, seeing what puzzle pieces are missing, seeing what all the puzzle pieces are, understanding what the bigger picture is. Now that that bigger picture is understood, it is standing by it. That Aquarius energy. Stand by it. Okay? Only if it's in the highest vibrational light. Okay? You have to see the progress, and then once that progress is there, stand by the progress. So yes, you might see that there's a few pieces of the puzzle missing. Stand by it. Don't say, okay, well, it's not worth the puzzle anymore. No. Stand by the puzzle. You wouldn't have, all this confirmation, you wouldn't have ventured into this manifestation if it didn't seem like it was in line with your overall path. While you're growing, so does this manifestation. So stand by it. That's that Aquarius energy. Be a bit more stubborn than a Taurus would be, because your stubbornness is a bit more airy than a Taurus. Taurus is going to give you evidence, is going to give you all this stuff, whereas an Aquarius is like, I don't need to give you any update, because as of right now, I don't know. I am just having faith. That is Aquarius. Okay? So having faith that things are going to be better. Now you're in Pisces season. Okay? Now that things are going to be better, truly let go of those things that didn't serve you. And that is not the physical. You did that with the manifestation already. Now it's that feel deeply. Okay? Pisces, let go of those emotions. Alright? That's that season. Let it go. That manifestation that you had a year ago didn't happen ideally. It could be the same manifestation, but now you have all the building blocks to rework it in your highest vibrational light. So now move like that and let go of the emotional baggage that is attached to all of the processes that you had to ordeal in the seasons upcoming. Or the seasons rather previous to Pisces seasons where we were letting go. And then we're going to move right back into this Aries season where it's, we see these ideas. How do we kind of nurture the ideas? Because we already been through this cycle. Capricorn season told us about the missing puzzle pieces. So Aries season now is showing us how do we fill in these puzzle pieces so where the picture looks like what we theorized. Okay, now it's time for Taurus energy. Try to make those puzzle pieces, see if they fit, see how the picture, and then go on with the whole process all over again. And this is how you build the building blocks to your foundation until you're old and senile, but at this point you are so wisdom filled that you are overpouring all of this knowledge to the collective in a way that it would take years, eons, for each of these individual souls to collect the information on their own. Okay, so do this energetic work. It's going to work out for the best. Know that, you know, there is some stumble, but the stumble is so that there could be a stumble into each other. Okay, so I wish you all the best. I send you luck and loving positive vibes. I'll see you soon, and until the next.